Welcome back to the company of Gamers LOL Esports 2013 season Grinders Online tournament. We're moving on to Cade versus Fixate Gaming. This may be a quick match, but we may be surprised. Then we'll move on to Exceed versus whoever wins this match, and then the grand finals. So it's not too long away till we get to that very end. So keep on your toes, guys. At just before the grand finals match, we will be giving away the full Metal Rammus skin. I'm not going to do it after, going to do it before. Keeping you guys on your... I might change that again, just for good feels. But yeah, it is going to be Fixate up against Cade. Cade is going to be over in the left-hand corner. Fixate on the right now on the red team. Let's see how these guys fare. Waiting for Champ Select to come up just now. Sorry, it's a little late. Blah. A little bit. Fixate Gaming indeed. Oh lordy. Fixate Gaming, of course, formerly Earth and Turf, as they're more well known by. There's Edible Paper over there. Fua, known for his Eve. Maybe we're going to see a bit of stealth play coming into effect. I don't think so. I think it's going to be fairly straightforward though. We may actually see Fixate go for a kill lane combo. There's the Eve ban going out from CDC. They remember that Fua. Twisted Fate going down for Fixate as well as Jace. Tryndamere, actually, interesting pick from CD. Next band, CDC's call. They're probably waiting for me to say something. Something about Fixate. Not going to happen. They banned out Caitlyn, so they don't want that range. Maybe they're thinking of picking up a Vayne then. But there's still a Tristana to outplay that if Fixate want to focus on the laning phase and pick out lanes. There's that insta-lock Vayne. That's why they got rid of that Caitlyn. Let's see if they follow it up with a lot of aggression or if they go for a bit of defensive and aggressive play with someone like Janna. Are they going to get aggressive with Leona? They've let Shen slip, they've let Malf, they've let Blitz, they've let Thresh, and Aaron just instantly locking in that Thresh. One death sentence on Vayne there. And that's it for the lane. Fua going in with Jungle Zac as well. We've seen his potential coming into these tournaments. The range on his jumps are insane. Janna looks like she might just be picked up here, as well as Xin, potentially going in the jungle position as well. Zac is a very interesting pickup. He can be played in a very versatile way. He can change up his game very effectively. Good lane control, good map control because of that range on his jump. Ganks can be very effective, especially up against a Vayne. Her only real tool is that Condemned, and now that she's got two champions that are looking to jump on her, you can't really tell. Edible Paper following up that combo at the bot lane with his Varus. Now that's going to be something very effective. A death sentence onto 3 hits from Varus, leading to that quiver or a piercing arrow. Just devastating. Amazing combo. And actually, that Janna's not going down for CDC. They are picking up a Lulu instead. That's a great response in my opinion. They've got that ult to go down for Lulu. With Kennen, with the Lightning Pikachu going down for the top lane, potentially the top lane for CDC. Might be going mid if they lock in on that Rumble. Sertu has gone for a pretty standard Rise. Rise is always well known for his damage output and his sustain in the late game because of his builds. Amumu coming in for the jungle lane for CDC. Are we going to see an invade from Fixate? That's what everyone thinks when they see Amumu. Not always the best thing to do. I think the early game is quite impressive for CDC. But there is a passive on Zac, and if they get a death sentence off with Thresh, could definitely be over. A lockdown from Rise as well. But there are a lot of jumps and a lot of burst damage coming out from CDC. We'll see if Vayne goes for that early, goes for the first pick, Silver Bolts, to pump out damage instead of going for Tumble. Ooh, we haven't seen a Malphite in a long time. They didn't pick up a Shen for that top lane. I'm not even looking at split pushing or anything like that. They have a pretty standard combo on Fixate. Whoever wins this goes on to the lower bracket best of one finals, up against, if I'm not mistaken, Exceed it is. Yep, going up against Exceed. Yeah, it is a lock-in on the Malphite. That's going to be interesting to see. There's a lot of initiate potential on Fixate. They've got the jump from Voa leading into his Let's Bounce, and then the unstoppable force from Malphite could just destroy everyone on CDC. I'm looking forward to see if Fixate can pull off these combos. But if CDC can get off a Condemned in the right place, if they can disrupt all of their CC with the Lulu Walt as well, with the Wild Growth, it's going to be very, very impressive. And it's also subjugated by the Mumu ult as well. If they can get that off, might be beneficial for Mumu to stay a little bit further back in the team fight and wait for those ultimates so he can jump in and then get off the perfect ult with his positioning. Because the rest of Fixate will definitely follow up once they jump in. No doubt on that. Delay remaining finally gone down. Let's see who's going where. It is going to be Jungle Zac, as we always knew. Jungle Mumu as well, most definitely. ADC supports, all the same. We know that. Kennen, I believe, is going in that mid lane. We're going to see Aurelia in the top lane on Rap. Sidria going mid and the top lane Malphite. So the top lane Malphite might be able to get quite a lot of harass off in the early game, especially against a Kennen. He does have a little bit of harass himself, but it requires behind the minion line, It requires a lot of space in the lane for him to control. And I don't know if Bobo is going to give him that space. I really don't think so. It's a very face-forward team comp for Fixate. They're just jumping in everywhere. Wouldn't be surprised if we had the initiate from Thresh going in with the box as well. He gets the slow off from everyone on the enemy team, and then those two jumps with the CC following up from Zac and Malphite are just crazy, crazy good. I love that about the box as opposed to things like Cataclysm on Jarvan, because its walls go down, but even if you get out, you're slowed immensely, and it's crazy damage as well. Aurelia is an interesting matchup against Malphite if it's going to be her, though. She really doesn't do well against the Rise. She can jump in, but he can punish her whenever he does. Whenever she does, rather. Looking forward to see if Kennen does go mid lane and tries to get the surround on Rise. It's very tough to do. If we see Aurelia up against Malphite, pretty standard plays, but Aurelia can harass Malphite, I think, pretty effectively. Once she goes Blade Surge, auto attacks are all free range. But Malphite, if she doesn't jump forward enough and gets those auto attacks off, Malphite can poke her out with his seismic shards. maybe, just maybe, they'll get that invade on the Moo. Here we go, delay remaining 10 seconds. We'll go into the loading screen, just put up the music for a second there, just a moment. Yes, it is. Cade doesn't like cheese versus Fixate Gaming. Coming right at you just a second. Heading into the game, is it going to be an invade? How are they going to build? Are we going to see a lot of aggression from Aurelia down, up the top lane? What is happening with... Ooh, we are actually seeing a cookie coming out on Amumu. He loves them cookies. What exactly is coming out on chat? Fua's computer is apparently a potato. Yay! Hey, resume! Here we go, enter the game. As we do. J up so we get to full time. Come on. Let me full time. It's not letting me go to live. Hey, we're at live. I'm so happy. Okay, general warding and support stuff coming out from the bot lane. A little bit of mana for Lulu, help her out getting those shields. Looks like it's going to be a surround and protect coming out from CDC. They don't want to see those invades. They haven't warded out at the red buff just yet. Maybe they are teaming up. Invading at the red buff, not too good for Amumu. Shielding out their blue, maybe thinking of an invade. We do have that red, we do have that Fixate Gaming ward coming into CDC's jungle. Is it more potato action from Fua? Yeah, it certainly is. Ah, poor Fua. Poor computers. NZ needs upgrades, please. Going to be a Doran's Blade start out for both of those ADCs. Doesn't look like there's going to be an invade for either team. We do see a potential response from Fixate right now, where they could move in on something. I mean, Lee Sin, sorry, those champions with names, with summoners, with things. Damn it! That Lulu, sitting in the middle of the map, hasn't got too many friends around her at the moment. Just maybe Zac has grabbed his jump first. No, he hasn't grabbed anything yet. So if he grabs his jump up, we could see Lulu in a tough bind. There's a lot of sustain in the jungle for that Mumu with the cookie. A lot of mana control actually up top, so it looks like Aurelia is focusing on getting out that Blade Surge, and maybe she's going to play it safe in the lane. That gives her options to do so. Gives her the choice to farm back on minions, get the refresh on the Blade Surge, do it again. And also gives her the chance to harass Bobo if she really wants to. And there's that mana regen start out for Sidrio. On the rise, we're seeing that quite a lot, moving directly into a Tear of the Goddess. Very useful, into a Catalyst or Aurora. Pretty standard stuff. Come on, Fua. Learn to computer. Direct quote from Bobo. What's a promo? I'll never meet a promo ever again. Silver for life. Can't tell if Silver for life or Silver for life. Let's do this. Let's go. Britty's being called out. Welcome back, CDC versus Fixate Gaming. Beginning of the game, we can't tell, is Lulu going to get jumped on? Is Lulu going to have a bad day? Come on. They called up Britty. Where are they going? Not nice. Not nice. Oh, someone's having toilet break. As they do, just cash. Coming back in just a second. Sorry about this delay, guys. And to sort of go off and do their own thing on online tournaments. Something you just can't control. Unless there's a lot at stake. Here we go, resume coming in. The fate of Lulu rests in this pause's hands. Looks like Lulu managed to back out just in time. We are seeing the invade come out for Fixate Gaming though. Have we got the stretch for Jack here? Just sorry, for Zac. What exactly are they going to do with this? They are waiting for that spawn to happen. They are going to move around. They're not going to jump in it. The ward is down for CDC. They know this is going on. They may just go for that red invade themselves as well. Sight on that ward, I think, will... Oh no, it'll stay up before blue goes down. So they'll see the transition if it happens. And Zac can definitely respond to it if he's got the jump up. Level 2, thinking about his level 2 spell. They haven't quite sighted out the jump yet. Is he going for it? Yep, he's picked up his stretching strike, so he hasn't gone for the jump. They've just sighted out the Mumu, and I think he's moving over to deal with it now. What is going on with these teams? What's up with the pauses? Wow. Apparently paying over 9,000. Resetting the router. Oh, yay. Fun time. That's music time for you guys. Enjoy.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
Yay! Back in game. Everybody's up and ready to go, so we can see how these lane matchups are gonna fare. There's a lot of regen coming up from Malphite in the top lane, and Rap is responding, of course, with the regen herself. A little bit less. Let's see if... okay, pause. Never mind. I was so close. So close. And it's not letting me see what the chat is saying. I cannot move my mouse anywhere. It's bugged out again. Let me see if I can fix that. Nope. Nothing's fixing it. No! Nope, it's not happening. Hopefully we'll get the replay coming in once again. But I'm very interested to see what this top lane does with this Aurelia up against Bobo. See if the aggression goes her way, or see if they just sort of lay back and don't let it happen. Whoop, my mouse is actually completely just not letting me do anything. Ah, it's not refreshing at all. This pause has broken my mouse. Just a moment while we get the game back up. Just as we reconnect, the mouse was frozen due to that client's so stable. Happy times indeed. Indeed. Okay, game. Let's try this one more time. Loving that Udyr Tigers. What is it? The summoner icon on Sidria, by the way. We got the turtle one on AB420 Lee Sin. Noms. Here we go. Come on, game. Love me just a little bit more. Please, dear Lord. Dear Lord of LOL. Yay! Mouse control has returned. Okay, it looks like equal trading coming in at the top lane. Bot lane, there's still been no first blood coming out just yet. Let me reassign all of these, all of the lower icons for you as well. Very hectic when we get those DCs. In the mid lane, it looks like Kennen has been having having a rough time getting out the burst on Sidria, but he's using his spells to push that lane. Bot lane again, the pushing going to Aaron and Edible Paper. I think they've completely pushed the Vayne out of lane. There's a lot of range that Edible Paper can use with his piercing arrows. Regen in mid lane working very well for Sidria. He's pushed. God, I want to say Lulu. That's just his name. It looks like he's pushing Kennen out just a little bit. He's able to farm with his Q more effectively. He's able to damage Kennen over the minion line. Follow up from Zac was a little slow compared to. See, he's called AB420 Maokai. What are they doing compared to the Amumu coming into the game? Which is very interesting. We did actually see that invade on the red buff, and I didn't see if Mumu was able to follow up on that. It looked like he did, though. Buff did go down, and there was no first blood following on his steal of the buff. First going to be a pickaxe coming up for Edible Paper. He may just be focusing out an early last wisp, but to make those hail of arrows count really well. There's the aggression that Mafia is able to put out with the silver bolts tumbling over here. Maybe Lulu going down here. Not level 6, cannot pop his ultimate with Fua coming in from behind as Zac. The first blood does go to him. But it was just the support going down. Let's see if the Mafia is going to be able to stay in the farm. Stay within the farm. Same farm range as Varus. Do you see that gang trying for... out goes the ultimate on Kennen. I hate your name, buddy. On Kennen denying that gank from Fua. It was a very cool follow-up. Sidria actually flashed out of that to stay protected. There's the speed up from Kennen. And there's the aggression in the top lane. It looks like it's worked out very well for Rap there. Forcing the ultimate out from Bobo. He does sustain by popping a flask. Just barely popping all of his flasks to get out of there. Surprised the follow-up didn't go from Rap. He had burned out his flash. Very nearly getting a kill for CDC. And now he's tanking up against that aggression, picking himself up a chain vest. Let's see how early Rise will be able to get back and start up on that Tear of the Goddess, and how Kennen's going to be able to respond to that. That intense mana regen, that intense farm, scaling up on his abilities. Fua does get the still on the red buff against CDC. Just another thing that's going to be a problem for Mumu. Gonna have to stay on track with that jungle, buddy. Yeah, Vayne did get pushed out on the bot lane for that farm. They managed to get the jump and the play onto that Lulu. She's being shredded this game. There's the second kill going. Now it does manage to go to Edible Paper this time. ADC dominance. Double Dawn setting up on Vayne to see if she can deal with the lane that way. Tanking up significantly while providing a heck of a lot of damage. And there's the Tear of the Goddess right into, from that farming, just pure farming in the lane, right onto that Catalyst, the Protector, in mid for Rise. He's going to scale so well with that. Wow, a needlessly large rod coming out from Kennen. That's how he's going to deal with this pure aggression. That's a very interesting response. Fairly uncommon. There's going to be a lot of tankiness starting out on Sidria's side when he gets that rower. And with that Catalyst, he picks up, quite a good chunk of health. But with that ultimate, Kennen can definitely run circles around Rise. If the cooldowns don't favor. Pushing still going on in the bot lane. Junior Mafia doing what he can to stay up and farm. Looking half behind. That is devastating. And Aaron just walking behind the turret to pick up those souls.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
First turret going down very quick at the 10-minute. Actually, exactly at the 10-minute mark. FX are taking what they have and pushing with it. Citrus in the mid lane. It looks like they may be switching it up after they push this lane with Edible Paper and Aaron going mid to finish it off. Maybe they'll transfer top. Bobo hasn't been having the best time up against Rap, but he's maintained his farm very well, despite being pushed out of lane at least once. Rap went back and picked up a little bit more sustain, a little bit more aggression. Blue buff picked up solo from Sidra in the mid lane as well, so that's going to be devastating for Kennen. The cooldowns mean next to nothing when Ryze spams out his spells. And being able to do that consistently while over the minion line, shurikens aren't going to be enough for Kennen. Not too far from a blasting one for an ROA. Rap is getting caught underneath the turret. There's the gank going down with Fua. Picking up that kill top lane, sitting 3-0 at the moment. There's a lot to take in for CDC right now. Of course, we all know Fixate is the old UT sort of remixed and reworked up. So they're definitely favored to win in more ways than one. But CDC, they've been consistently playing the points rounds. They've built up their team play. I think Kennen is trying to main out getting a Azonia's Hourglass really early in the game so we can push those team fights. They can come together very quickly. Oh, that death sentence landed directly on onto a Mumu there. Interesting. It seemed like a blind death sentence, but I think just barely caught out by this ward here. Yeah, it certainly was. You can see that sight range just barely picking up Mumu. Was not a blind death swing. Death sentence, rather. Now the map controllers on the side of FX going to move in, grab that dragon. I know that Kennen is waiting to get that to get that Sonya's Hourglass so we can move in and start taking team fights. But there's so much initiate potential on those level 6s for FX. They could move in very quickly to finish everyone off. But that's the thing, if they get that initiate onto Kennen, will that surprise FX enough to force them to ult on Kennen with the Zonyas? That's a way a teamfight could just go so well for FX. Oh, it's not going to be a Last Whisper focusing out for Edible Paper. He's going for that IE. They are direct pushing in mid. This looks like a 5v5 at 13 minutes in the game in mid lane. Very uncommon. Looks like CDC has enough to get this minion wave down from afar, but that turret already half health down. There's the death sentence on Lulu. They managed to knock it down to half health with that. Jumping in with Maokai. Is he going to throw out the ultimate? He needs a better position on this. There's the CC combo coming in with Fua and Maokai. Double ultimating this in. They've managed to isolate everyone from CDC. It's just a slaughter fest. Lulu went down very quickly there. Managed to get an ult off and do a little bit of a knockup, but it didn't do enough to those ultimates. Oh, Edible Paper throwing out the barrier. Isn't going to survive the onslaught from Rap. Very good call. Very good jump from Rap, taking out the ADC. That turret won't go down as quick. It'll still be made mincemeat of, though.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
1-6 in the game, and Ryze definitely has enough to go back and get his Rod of Ages. Let's see if they continue slaughtering this mid lane. If they just go right through to it. It's the rest of Fixate Gaming stealing those buffs out. It certainly is. Oh, it's just the emotes going down for the junglers here. Oh, I love that one. I want to see Azonias go out with that one as well. You can tell how serious these guys are making it. Just jumping out of there, saying goodbyes. Ah, all the good fun. You live for those special moments where the enemy's not going to attack you. You can just taunt each other. There's that Rod of Ages up on Rise, and the Zhonya's is nearly finished for Kennen as well. He's only floating 100 gold, so he's got a while to go there. Perfect death sentence from Aaron. They're going to land them another kill against the Lulu. They just had that perfectly watered. I think the water was even about to go down. Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. It had a while left on it. Wrap up against Malphite has been working quite well for them. We just saw that kill go down on Amumu against Sidria. Looks like he's going to be able to follow up against Rap as well. If they keep them in the turret range, no, it's not going to be enough. And it didn't look like the 1v1 Rap to Bobo was doing very well either. So just backing out very quickly there. Knew that Sidria was coming in from the back. Wow, 15-minute Baron coming in for Fixate Gaming. Oh my god. It's not even that much of a slaughterfest, it's just the control. And they've knocked CDC into a corner that they just don't want to come out of. Fixate Gaming making the most of this. Are they just going to plow through the mid lane and not give a crap at all? What's going down? They managed to have caught Maokai. There's that Rune Prism. I believe he did try to cleanse out of it or something. Didn't last very long. Out goes the Malphite ultimate, followed up with Fua's jump. I don't believe he ulted. He does now with a flash into a Let's Bounce, grabbing them a second kill in that engage. They're taking down the minions and moving through the mid lane. "16 minutes in, already at an inhibitor turret." This is why Fixate are who they are. How they've come to have their name pasted everywhere. There goes that Zhonya's Hourglass. It's not going to be enough. There's no one for Kennen to follow up with. Jump in from Mumi. Throw out the ultimate. They're doing quite a lot of AoE damage, to be honest. Mafia hasn't scaled enough to get the kill. Everyone is down except for Rap and Mafia. There's the jump in from Flora to see if he can grab the kill. Not sure if he's got enough damage under his belt, but he does have a passive. There's the Dark Passage, going to give him a little bit of protection. Fixate moving in to finish off the rest. That was an absolute slaughterfest game. It wasn't even that much of a slaughterfest. It was just Fixate have the mechanics, they have the power to move in and do these kind of things to players like CDC. These are master teams. They really need to move up to the Masters bracket. We'll be working on getting them up there. They may be joining in the Masters tournament coming up next week. And there it is, just more of that ultimate synergy. More of that teamfight synergy. Aaron has been making some amazing plays this game. And there it is, Fixate Gaming will be up against Exceed in the next match happening right now. Don't go away. And then we move on to the grand finals of the day. See you guys in about 10 minutes, or 5 in fact. Fixate versus Exceed.